Greetings, it's August 4th, 10:30 a.m. I just received these images. They were emailed to me. We are looking at the Canadian Wildfire Information System. We are looking at the western flank. This is a section that came across Highway 97. It's flowed southwest along the hillside and the Bonaparte River. It has reached Highway 99. And I'm seeing two hot spots that have crossed Highway 99, and those points are approximately 4 kilometers west of Highway 97. And if you're at the intersection, those hot spots from the north are approximately 3 kilometers away. This is what I wanted to see. This is north of Highway 1, approximately, well, now 8 kilometers east of Cache Creek. That's come down from Soton and Stinking Lake. It's a large mass of intensity. We see extreme pattern burning or pattern infrared. It's going right to the highway. This looks like it was anticipated. And there are spots that have crossed over at Juniper Beach. There's a couple more just across the highway at Maccabee, and this is likely driven by those northwest winds that came in last night about midnight. There's a lot of intensity. The last time I checked at approximately 7 o'clock, there was no alerts on the TNRD. The area was labeled evacuation alert. Across the highway was green and all clear. So I'm very concerned that there's people in that area, farms, could be anyone, hikers, and I'm concerned that these areas are cleared of people and animals first. Do they use sirens? Is there some large announcement? Is the highway blocked off? I don't have that information in front of me right now. It would be a good time to check that webcam. Jumping over to Dry BC, I see a warning, limited visibility with smoke. This is the area in question. We're west of Savona at the Juniper Beach area, looking at now Soton Lake, Stinking Lake, Cultus Lake. This is where this mass of fire indicated heat is coming down. We saw it on the satellite from the Canadian Wildfire Information System, and we're looking for confirmation of what's going on. If we click that icon, we see there is a warning of limited visibility with lots of smoke, no indication of a road closure. This is the Savona webcam looking west. I see a lot of smoke, a lot of haze. There is one vehicle on the highway heading west. I don't know if that's an official vehicle blocking traffic or if it's some person unawares of what they're approaching. We can look at the terrain and the grassland. This is very similar to the Cache Creek Hills on the other side of the highway, and this may be the type of situation that they're dealing with over there, where they've got a grass fire, it's moving fast, and they want to pre-burn it. So we are speculating at this point. I want to jump now over to the Cache Creek cam, which looks eastwards, and we see a lot of smoke there. There seems to be a bit of clearing compared to some other areas. However, no indication of if this road has been closed temporarily or everything is A-OK. I'm a big advocate of the Dry BC system. I like it because you can select the layers before you go in. It's fast. it's responsive. I found that sometimes the more complicated systems like the ArcGIS, there's so many layers, it becomes just a data overload. And I end up trying to get rid of most of that information in order to get down to the sheer fact of where is the hotspot or where is the perimeter. So here we're looking at the eastern flank. That's Hyheum. Yes, it does have a spot on the southern shore. There looks to be a lot of intensity. Remember, these icons are representations. I do have concerns about Scotty Creek area, Clemis Lake, and now the Cache Creek Hills. These images were emailed to me. I can't zoom into those intense spots to see if a lot of that is pattern burning, pattern infrared. So it's ambiguous what we're seeing. So let's just be cautious. Now we're jumping over to the northeast and northern flanks. Relatively unchanged. I'm glad to say there is a few more hot spots on the north side of Loon Lake near the middle, and I am seeing some back burning that seems to be working. It's now pushing from the north back southward. I'm still seeing that diagonal patterns at the northern section of the leading edge north. Remember, we're about 8 kilometers from 70 Mile House. I spoke wrong in the last video. I said 5 kilometers. I felt so bad I went and changed the description. 3 kilometers in a wildfire situation means everything. So 8 kilometers from 70 Mile House, that buys you time, and it's going the other direction. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned is the railroad. I've deliberately not talked about infrastructure. It's not my role here. I'm here to talk about data and infrared. But I've always wondered why they don't fill up a freight train with about 200 containers of water and saturate a place if it's adjacent to a fire line. And perhaps they do that. So we don't know, or I don't know, what's going on the fire line. On a more positive note, despite a few hot spots, I can see the western shore of Upper Loon Lake, and that may be progress there. I don't know how deep into the fire zone crews are striking. They are obviously doing some patterning with air support, and I don't know if they're water bombing in this region. It would be interesting to hear from someone if prior to firebombing, if they sound sirens or alarms, if the area is cleared, what action is taken when a wildfire is on the move in an area which may be populated or have livestock and property. What are the steps? 1, 2, 3. I think we're intelligent people, and a little bit of illumination would be fantastic. Okay, I've been talking over this. We are looking at the southwest flank, and this is a verification again that a firehead is moving southward. We're talking 500 meters from the leading edge to the Highway 99. We're looking at a lot of spots on the outside. Some of those were pattern infrared heat spots, likely in part of an attempt to control this front. So there we have it. I'm looking also up north of this situation, and I see some density on the east side of Highway 97. But to remind you, we are looking at icons, and if I was able to zoom into this map, those representations might be quite smaller and appear more sparse. But this is a volatile situation, obviously. And if people are in the area and you're south of Highway 99, check your situation and plan your escape route. Okay, I'm checking with the BC Wildfire Information Map. Remember that mapping, information, data, routes, these are important. And we see that, yes, there is an icon, there is a fire in the area. I don't want to sound smug, but this is where I'd expect to find the best data available. Now, if we look at the TNRD site, we can see that the area in question where this force of immense heat and volatility is coming down is currently under evacuation alert, and south of the highway is green, all clear, though we have seen indication of hot spots going over the highway. Jumping over to the area at Highway 97, Highway 99 junction, we can see the evacuation order is in place. And again, I'm not seeing what's on the ground. I don't know the situation there. I don't know how volatile this is, but they have put in an evacuation order, and we were aware of those changes in the infrared at 4:30 a.m. We were also aware that the wind shift from the northwest was going to come in strong. We talked about that yesterday, and I hope those listening were prepared, and all the people south of the fire zone can find some relief from that smoke, because it can be very overwhelming. One last look at the Savona cam, and it looks like our happy traveler has made their way. Fare thee well. Jumping over to the big bar cam, and we can see lots of haze. It looks like there may be a vehicle or two at the rest area. It's not a good respiratory situation in that area. You may want to find some relief, and I do have a suggestion. Right now at the Begbie cam, they're giving away free oxygen. If you're in the area and you can get up there, it might be worthwhile to go up to Begbie and take a look at the surroundings and see where all these flare-ups and hot spots are. Okay, so we looked at the data. There's some parts that are sparse, some parts we have to dig for. We're using a combination of sources, 3 different infrareds, webcams. Windy is absolutely invaluable. It predicted the northwest flow that came in fast last night. So there is information out there. We have to dig for it. I'm looking for it, and you want to use your wits in a situation like this. It is catastrophic what's happening, and I don't know how long it's going to take to review how this all played out. It's way too early to jump to any sort of conclusions on how this sort of fire should be fought. I know I can't speculate. I'm not on the ground. I'm not in the air. So at this point in time, we have to look out for each other and be very, very aware. Clinton, I didn't mention you this time because you seem to be holding okay. So be careful, and we're thinking about you.